Right now, the one welcome from the Blaze, Billy Hallowell. Billy, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for coming on the show this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. You had a piece posted earlier today, as a matter of fact, new thinking in law enforcement, that in an active shooter situation, the thinking is now don't try to hide, don't duck and cover, but try to run away if you can and try to fight back if you can't.
Exactly. It's, run, hide, fight. This is the video that I'm sure you've seen that was put out a while back. I think it was in January that a lot of local authorities and states were using that video and still are. And really what's come from this now is that there's a study that was conducted from, I think it was 2000 to 2010. And what that study found was that in a lot of incidents, it's much safer for you to do exactly what you just said, for you to try to run, to try to get away. But if you can't, then you have to fight back. And so in these instances, and they actually bring up Virginia Tech in this study, in the classrooms where people either fought back or tried to hold the door closed, they had a much higher proportion of actually having their lives saved than in the classrooms where people faked dead or tried to avoid the shooter because, the mentality of the shooter is we're going to go in and try to kill as many people as we can. Mm-hmm. And so, really in those incidences, they had a much better rate of survival and fighting back.
This seems like, in one sense, Billy, it's common sense. This is what we would expect. I confess, I've never really, even when we're talking about, as Joe Biden would say, the garden variety violent criminal, I've never really liked that mindset of they're more afraid of you than you are of them. Just trust in your attacker, trust in your robber, and you'll be okay. Look, it's always a situational basis. It's always going to be up to the individual. And now that we've got law enforcement saying, there are going to be times where you're going to have to fight back, can we start having this discussion about the most effective way to fight back?
And I think that's what's going to happen here. And you're going to have a lot of people fight back against this and say, oh, it's more dangerous. But unfortunately, when you have gun-free zones and you have schools and these areas that, assailants know they can go there and they can commit a crime and there's really going to be nobody to stop them, in those incidents, you really have to understand what's going on and know how to, run, hide, and fight. And that's why the video and a lot of the discussion is driving an urge to get people more educated on this. And, whether you're talking about gun owners or using some other tactic to try to thwart the attack, there's an encouragement to do that rather than to sort of cower or comply because, listen, this isn't a robbery. These people are going in. They're not trying to take your money. They're trying to take your life. And so really you have to defend yourself, and that's what this is all about.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Billy, thank you so much for your time, man. It's great talking to you today. And, I think you guys have been doing some incredible work over at the Blaze covering the gun issue. This is really, we've never seen anything like it before, and it's great to know you guys are out there.
Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate it, and I'd love to come back another time.
You bet. Billy Hallowell joins from the Blaze this afternoon.